Good day, and welcome to Far Reaches. We are four people from similar parts of the world who have wound up chasing different dreams and living different lives. We are Richard, Raleigh, Joel, and Micah. Richard and Micah are from Southeast Oregon, from two small ranching communities known as Pine Creek and Plush. Raleigh and Joel are from Northeast Oregon, from the Pendleton area. We met through college, mutual friends, and heard of stories of each other. Somehow wound up being at the same place at the same time. See, we live and work in different parts of the U.S. now and have all taken different paths to get to where we are. We all talk separately and live far apart. So we decided we should try and talk more together. We hope you come along and enjoy.
That we're live.
Hey, how your mom and them? Welcome to season 3 premiere of the Far Reaches podcast. That's right, kids. We are back. We took a little time off. We have a little fall gathering, one might say, but we are back. We're ready for season 3. We can't thank you enough for all the support from seasons 1 and 2. We did almost 25 episodes, I think, last season, or maybe a little bit more if you count Far Reaches extra. So we are back. Glad to be here. Hope everybody joins us and comes along for the ride. Still, definitely brought to you by our super good friends at B&K Auto Salvage. Still promo code Malarkey. Now that's going to get you either a discounted price on parts that you go pick it up, or you call and have them ready for you, or it's going to get you a bump in those scrap prices if you need something taken up and hauled away. So don't forget our good friends at B&K Auto Salvage in the Grand Run Valley. Promo code Malarkey. Tell them the Reachers sent you. Joining me right now, we have Mr. Joel. Good day, sir. How are you?
Oh, Mike, I'm doing pretty well.
That's what I like.
Got a lot to update people on with after 3 weeks not being here.
Yeah, it feels weird. It feels good to be back. We took some time off, and we'd contemplated doing some live streaming from Roundup, but we thought let's just enjoy Roundup for being Roundup, and probably keep any kind of FCC licenses we might have intact as well. So. We did what we did, but that's sort of our tradition. That's kind of how we all came together as it is. So we'll start this episode. We are streaming live on Facebook right now as well. This will be recorded and redistributed as we normally do. So don't worry. If you guys have Facebook comments, shoot them up there. Hopefully I can catch them, or Joel can during the podcast. But Joel, why don't you kick us off with our reach around, good sir?
So much to update on, Micah.
Well, we got time, brother. Yeah.
Of course, we had Roundup.
Yes, sir.
We'll get into that later. But more recently, me and my girlfriend did a road trip. We went from here to Missoula, stayed in Missoula one night. Went to Brian's favorite college bar from University of Montana. And then made our way to Glacier National Park.
Oh, awesome.
And did the Going to the Sun Road. It was like I don't know, probably spent like 4 hours driving on this road through the park, and you stop and you pull out every once in a while when something looks neat, and you take pictures and shit. Pretty terrifying road though, like steep drop-offs and going around sharp corners, not very wide. We camped that night in Glacier, slept out in a tent. And then we went down. I'm gonna screw up the loop here because every day I just wake up and be like, all right, where are we going today?
Awesome though. That's how you take a trip, man.
Yeah, she did all the prep work. Then we went to Bozeman. I think we went to Bozeman, stayed in a hotel in Bozeman. Really love that town.
Yeah.
Then we went to Yellowstone, another drive through the park, looking at like water spouts and geysers and stuff, and then camped there.
Oh, awesome!
And then went through the Tetons and did like a hike in the Tetons, and which were really cool too. And then stayed in Jackson Hole, Wyoming that night. Mm-hmm. Another cool town, very rich.
Yes.
It's like Las Vegas for, I don't know, rich people or something.
Well said.
Then we went to, I already said the Tetons, then we went to Jackson Hole, and then through Ketchum, Idaho.
Yeah. Oh, nice back up through.
which
Beautiful.
is Sun Valley. Saw Ernest Hemingway's gravestone. He's buried there, drinking a bar that he used to frequent when he was living in Ketchum.
Outstanding.
Yeah, they made our way back to Pendleton.
That's trip. A sweet road trip, dude.
It was 1,800 miles. I don't know how many states. Washington, Idaho, Montana, Wyoming.
Idaho, yeah.
In Wallace, Idaho, we went on like a mine tour. It used to be a silver mine. We were the only 2 people on the tour.
Oh, sweet.
The town, man. The town is 700 people today, and I guess they have some sort of a policy that there's no new structures are allowed to be built. So, like, there's not going to be more houses built in Wallace. And they drive you on this little trolley car through town. This is also the city where Dante's Peak was filmed.
Oh, okay. Yeah, with Pierce Brosnan and the Suburban with the snorkel on it. Yeah.
But yeah, there's like everybody that we saw in town would like stop and wave at us.
Oh yeah.
Like there was one lady like
sorry, Red Sox game's on. Sorry.
I got money on the Yankees, of course.
That was a bad idea.
Yeah, whoops. I also have money on the over 8.
So okay, that might be good. Yeah. Anyway, sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, so this lady was up on one of those, the things that you get in, they'll like lift you up. I'm sure everyone
like a man lift or something, or a telehandler, or
yeah, but she was a block away and about 20 feet in the air. And I was looking at what she was doing. She saw me and she smiled and waved at us. Like, these people are friendly as hell here.
That's awesome.
And then I forgot to mention this to people, but when we were in Jackson Hole, we were talking to this other couple at the bar. And well, first it turns out his name was Joel as well.
Oh,
they're from Tahoe. I don't meet very many Joels out there, but yeah, I said I was from Pendleton. We'd been in Pendleton for a while, and he tells me that his grandfather's brother, so like his great uncle or something, he's like, yeah, but he was hung in Pendleton. Like, what? Pendleton, Oregon? Like, when did this happen? So a long time ago. Like, Jesus,
must have been in the 80s,
I was like, what did he do? And he goes, he killed a sheriff. I'm like, your fucking uncle killed Tilt Taylor? It's like, we have a whole park after that guy. Sure enough, yeah, we looked it up on the internet.
Oh, you're kidding me.
Yeah, his great uncle got hung for being in the gang that killed Tilt Taylor.
Wow. Talk about closing some loops on that one. That's awesome. Yeah, so between that Roundup, I've been gambling really well. I'm up. I was up like $1,800 this month, but now I'm only up $1,500. I lost some money on Monday Night Football. Yeah, that was an ugly game.
Yeah,
that was an ugly game. Yeah, NFL's been a little unpredictable this year, even more, I think, than normal. So, congratulations!
Killing it on the Beavs. Like,
oh, dude, the Beavs been in.
I've been betting them heavily the last 2 weeks and
completely out of nowhere on my radar. Yeah, that's amazing.
They might get College Game Day might be coming to court if we can beat Washington State. Sounds like College Game Day is coming to Corvallis on the 23rd when we play Utah.
Oh, that'd be outstanding. Wow.
Got to get by the Cougs first. They seem pretty bad.
Yeah. One game at a time, 1 week at a time. But that would be epic, dude. Yeah. I was pleasantly surprised. Like, shouldn't be, but I am. It's okay. I can admit it.
I mean, if they wouldn't have started that, Neuer, I think it was Neuer who started against Purdue.
Yeah.
They waited till like the end of the third quarter to pull him, and then Nolan came in, looked great, almost came back and won.
Oh, dude, yeah,
he'd be undefeated right now.
Yeah, but maybe that was a good way to start. It sounds weird, but like, just get smacked around like that and be like, well, that ain't gonna happen anymore. So,
yeah.
So, here comes Richard. Oh, Richard. And he's like right on time too. Can you believe that? Wow. Well, he hasn't joined yet, but he's coming. Yeah, he said he'd be 10 minutes late, and it's like exactly on the 10 spot. So I'm a little worried about him.
And Garrett Cole has been terrible.
He's been pitching decent tonight, actually. I mean, we haven't got much past him. So sorry, yeah. Richard, my brother.
Hey, how's it going?
What's up, Buttercup?
Good. I'm sure are you guys live? Oh, you are live.
We're live. Yeah.
I invited my cousin Nora for wine, and we're gonna have a nice, quiet conversation. And we sat down, poured a glass, and I looked at my phone, or you sent the text, and I was like, "Shit, Ola."
tried to give some preemptive warnings. I sent everybody texts, I don't know, a couple of days ago, and then 2 hours ago, I'm like, all right, see you cornholers in a couple hours, gentle nudge. And then 15, 20 minutes prior, like, hey, here's the code for Zoom again. So yeah, it was subtle, but we're a few weeks off between seasons and kicking off season 3. So welcome, Richard.
How's it going these days, Richard? Feeling better? Must be. You're drinking wine.
Feeling better. Not 100% yet, but yeah, I got some kick-ass wine. Lodi, California, Cabot, whatever. Three-finger Jack. It's good.
Beauty.
Yeah. Cabernet Sauvignon.
Yeah,
that's it.
It's a good one.
Outstanding.
Why can't Californians have like Vaquero names?
We probably can.
Yeah, I think we should ditch the French and just go all like.
What's Vaquero? Is that Spain?
Yeah, Spanish names.
Yeah. Let's start something. Let's go. Let's make it happen.
Yeah. They're already taking Garrett Cole out of the game.
Well, he just jacked it. I think that's a rerun. Sorry, we're watching Red Sox Yankees are on tonight too for the ALDS. So we're a little distracted. Sorry. He pulled him already? Damn. Yeah. Bottom of the third. Anyways, Joel, any more updates for your reach around, and we can drop Richard in?
No, go ahead.
Richard, reach us around.
I have a reach around.
Yeah, I haven't had a reach around from you in almost a month. Come on, what do you got for me?
And I was in a crappy mood last time.
Well, you were okay. Yeah. I mean, you cried a little bit, but you worked through it, so it was all right.
Now,
here's the update, homeschool.
I actually went and worked cattle last week. It was a little bit not quite 100% there. I had a lot of trouble, like some motor skill stuff, but that was good. But I getting back to functional. I don't know that I'll ever be back. I think moving forward, I'm not going to be like I was. So
really,
I still don't know what's wrong, what happened, but yeah. So
well, hopefully it just keeps improving, and then you turn into some kind of super being.
Yeah, I don't know about that. We'll see. So, but it was good to get out. It's one of my favorite places to go work cattle. It's a place that we lease. Beautiful. And hang out. My mom cooked a really good dinner. You guys are just going to have to bear with me. It still takes me time to think of words.
No worries.
And
usually worth waiting for. So
yeah. But and then the one thing I'm thankful for is my dad, who's 75 years old, has really stepped up and did an amazing job taking care of all the cattle in like a really tough time of year. So I think he's sort of embracing it, but I think he's ready to get back to being retired. But he's hasn't lost his touch.
Yeah.
So
that doesn't surprise me. That's good to hear, though. Yeah.
And then real estate's going good, and just getting the hang of it. I've been doing real estate for a year now, so that's
cool already. Wow.
Yep. So, and kids are doing good, and the wife's doing good. So yeah, we got more doctor's appointments next week and the week after that. Then hopefully be all wrapped up. But
keep us posted on that for sure.
Yeah, real estate life's not really that exciting to much going on. So
stuff's moving though, right?
Yeah. So I will tell you one crazy thing that's been going on is the finance world is jacked. Every one of my lenders is, except for the really good ones, completely not focused, not following through, not like being very proficient in the looking at the paperwork and the contracts. And I was on cruise control, and now it's like another part of my job is watching after the finance side of stuff, which used to be sort of taken care of.
Once you handed it off.
Yeah, now I got to be on it all the time. And I had a guy calling me an effer, and I was like, it was over an FHA loan.
A customer?
It's really hard to do in Lake County because nobody, High Desert, Great Basin has a little different upkeep standards. So a lot of stuff in southern Eastern Oregon doesn't qualify for VA loans or any type of government loan. So like I make it very specific. It's got to be a conventional loan. It's got to be cash. Can't have any government programs tied to it because it's they're a giant pain in the ass. And I think they're doing the veterans a huge disservice. But anyways, I think if you want to get a house and you went over to shot at people, when you come back, you should be able to get whatever fucking house you want to get. And it shouldn't matter if the trim's all painted or anything like that. But aside from that, anyways, very specifically do conventional loans. And we had this one huge barn, and like they meticulously brought it over from the coast and rebuilt it.
Oh, cool.
The barn alone is probably worth $150,000, but it's not, they painted it, of course, when they put it up, but the paint's deteriorated. Well, you can't get a FAS loan. This is a probably 20,000 square foot barn.
Wow.
And if you can imagine everything that goes around it and painting it, he goes, well, just get off your lazy ass and go paint the barn. I was like,
he told you that?
Yeah. I was like, he says, do your damn job. You're a real estate agent. You guys are lazy as hell. I said, dude, if I wanted to deal with this FHA bullshit, I'd have checked the box that said FHA bullshit. Anyways, the conversation deteriorated after
did not improve from there. Is this the guy
that was
trying
a
to buy
conversation
the place?
with the bank or the customer?
Who was the other person you're talking to?
The lender.
The lender.
Jeez.
Oh
shit, I thought it was like the guy trying to buy it or something. That's even funnier.
Oh, the best part about it is, so of course everybody in the office, and I was hovering over the phone, and I like sometimes I had a job where I was on the phone. Like one time I was at the Olympics and I put 40 hours in a month just talking on the phone. So I talk on the phone a lot. So I don't consider myself an amateur. So I'm hovering over the phone and I'm like, I just want to unload with this guy, both barrels, but I'm in professional office setting and I'm 45 fucking years old. So, and he's just cussing up a storm, and I just bit my tooth and I like leaned over him, but I said really loudly, I said, I have not called you a single bad word or said anything negative towards you. And I said, I'm about done with this conversation. And we went on a little bit. He kept raiding me, so I just hung up. So it was really funny. I went up because I had to stand up after that because I was all worked up. And I walked around to get some water, and the principal broker, Deanna, she comes out and she goes, you are rubbing off on me. She's 75 years old. I was like,
oh, awesome.
What do you mean? He goes, before you got here, I never hung up on people. I've heard you hang up on like 3 or 4 different people. And he goes, you know what happened last week? I hung up on somebody.
Feel the power. Yeah.
I said, well, that's not how this partnership's supposed to work. I said, it's supposed to be good cop, bad cop. I'm supposed to hang up on people. You're supposed to smooth it over. And she goes, nope, I'm retiring.
They had their chance. Yeah.
So.
I can't believe your lender's cussing at you like that. That's freaking hilarious.
I was blown away. Yeah.
Is it a local bank there? Or is it dealing with somebody remote?
It's sort of a Eastern Oregon bank that it'll just go unnamed, but
sure.
It's an Oregon bank. No, I would expect higher level of professionalism out of it. But usually if anybody's going to be unprofessional on a conversation, that's my job.
Yeah, exactly. You're trying to bring money and business to this a-hole. Like,
Yeah.
Seriously. Wow. I thought I forgot. At first I was totally sure it was like the guy selling the house, or maybe the guy trying to buy it just being a dick. But like, no, the lender. I was like, holy buckets, that's insane.
So, and I will tell you one thing. I've been watching. I started at the beginning of $1 Million Listing, and I hate reality, and I am hooked.
Oh crap!
And Ryan Serhan. Anyways, he has gone on. This program started like a decade ago, and this is what I've been doing because I just run out of energy, and about all I can do is watch TV.
Mm-hmm.
But I got his book, so he wrote one like called "Sell Like Serhan," and then one "Big Money Energy." So it's one of those moments. Like I read a lot of books, and like I got a physical copy of it because just to break up things. And it started off as a typical sales book, which I never fall for. It's like, you never wear the t-shirt of the band you're going to see.
Yeah.
Just never get sales books from salesmen. It just never seems to work.
Well, then they sold you that stupid ass book. Yeah.
Or like that. Yeah. Or like that thing or like that time in Tin Cup when he's got all the contraptions on.
Oh yeah. Yeah. The golf watch
and the freaking lost and desperate souls.
Yes.
Yeah. And I got the book and I'm like, this is ridiculous. This is the path of lost and desperate souls. But I have to say, as a sales book, Big Money Energy is a decent book. So I got to give the guy kudos. And I've had sales managers give me sales books all the time, but I got to tell you, that's one of the most ridiculous genres around. So when you find a good one in that particular genre, it's a jewel.
It's called Big Money Energy. Is that what you said?
Yep.
Sounds good.
And there's a lot of stuff, I'll grant it, that I roll my eyes at, but there's some real good nuggets of stuff in there. So
good.
Some really basic stuff like dress nice, but there's some other good stuff.
Awesome.
Yeah. Anyways, that'll end my reach around.
With all the care and tenderness that you could muster, and we appreciate that. Yes. Oh, outstanding. Well, then I will jump right in. Mine. Yeah. So I got a chance to go home to Pendleton for a roundup again this year. I had a great time, saw a lot of people, hit it hard for quite a few days, played a little golf, and then pretty sure I caught what they call the Rona when I got back, or sometime on the adventure, because I lost my sense of taste and smell for a few days now. Most people say I haven't had a sense of taste for quite some time, and that's another point to be argued. But yeah, super sore first day, no fever, just couldn't taste or smell. So I did the ivermectin protocol and dosed with Zicam and good zinc minerals, and did that for a few days, and smell and everything came back. It was I'd get pretty tired and kind of dingy throughout the day. I haven't gotten tested or nothing yet, but I'm freaking rocking and rolling now. Taste is back, smells back. This is probably the latest I've stayed up in a while, but I go to bed early anyways. So yeah, you go stomp your immune system absolutely into powder and then fly and, all that stuff. Should have expected some kind of post roundup cold you kind of get every year anyways. So
I think it's pretty, I've been hearing a lot of, I wouldn't call them rumors. I think they're real, but a lot of people are coming down with COVID after Roundup.
I bet so, yeah.
Same thing happened in Lakeview. All the kids are sick and everybody's got COVID. I think we need to step away from the idea that it's a bad thing.
I completely agree. I think it's a natural thing. I still maintain my statement too. If nobody would have ever said anything, we probably would just say, man, super bad flu season this year. Even though it hits you differently. Again, I never had a fever. And I nerded out. I was checking like 3 times a day and writing down just because I was curious what was going on. I was working from home. I think 99.2, 99.7, I think was my one
That's
highest
what
ever.
That's what mine hovered at for like a week.
But then most of the time I was like 97. Yeah, let's see. Right here. Yeah, I was 99.2 was my highest ever. And then most of the time I was actually like 97.9 seemed to be where I averaged at. So, and I took, I don't know, 10 or 12 days or readings. So anyways, yeah, sore a little bit, but as soon as I got the ivermectin, the soreness went away almost instantly. And I started taking some aspirin. And then, yeah, just a little tired and kind of dingy. And that's improving as well. I felt really, really good today. When I get home from work, I just kind of relax and maybe I wasn't cooking much, just kind of slow, but yeah, I'm probably say I'm 80% right now, maybe 90. And like I take the stairs. We work on the 3rd floor. I take the stairs now, or I did before too, but like no problems like breathing or anything like that going up and down the stairs. So yeah, I need to go get my antibodies tested and see what that looks like. But yeah, I did the 5-day ivermectin blast, and that seemed to do a pretty good job of whatever I had.
Cool with diagnosing the ivermectin?
Didn't talk to my doctor about that either. Yeah, so it was all self-induced. Yeah, so I've been self-treating myself. She'll probably kick me in the ass when I go see her next time. But
yeah, you're live, so
I'm here. Yeah, I think it'll be worse for the wear. Yeah.
Well, when you get home, you're lazy, not feeling good. Since I've been experiencing this now for 2 months, $1 million list in New York, baby.
Well, I watched the new Sopranos movie that came out on HBO.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, what do you think of that?
Many Saints of Newark. It was okay.
Tim Dillon said it was awful.
It was okay. I give it about a 6 or 7 out of 10. I think. Okay. I think part of it was I was trying to compare too many ties to the modern one, like who was who, like, oh, was that Uncle Jackie? Who was that? Instead of just like watching it for what it probably should have been. Michael or James Gandolfini's son actually played him, the younger version of him in that, which I thought was kind of cool.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, I think I just spent too much time trying to connect people and storylines instead of just enjoying it. So I'll probably watch it again. But the main thing that came out of that is I'm back starting with season 1, episode 1, and watching The Sopranos again too, which has been awesome. I just, I love that show when it came out, but I forgot just how damn good that thing is. And so yeah, I've been watching a couple episodes of that in the evenings and relaxing the brain a bit, and that does a pretty good job. So yeah, I think I'm on season 3 now, so something like that. But yeah, great acting, great writing.
I thought El Camino was really good, and the guy that plays Jesse on Breaking Bad.
Oh,
like
it was okay. I guess again, I probably had too many expectations compared to Breaking Bad.
Yeah, but I'd like to see him in more movies. I thought he was a good actor.
Yeah, he does a good job. I watched Cry Macho too with the new Clint Eastwood movie, but
is that awesome?
It's okay. Yeah, it's not what you expect. Not what I expected, anyways. I'm going to tell you what you expect, but not exactly what I expected. Yeah, I liked it. I mean, yeah.
I love they asked Clint Eastwood if it was going to be the last movie he acted or directed in. He's like, no.
There's some cool. They stopped with this Mexican town and he's breaking horses and teaching a kid to break horses on their trip, which is pretty cool. Yeah. So
oh, here comes the 3-year-old.
Easy.
Oh, it's Halloween.
Oh, already?
Come on, all month. When you have a 3-year-old, it's all about Halloween. Say hi to the guys.
Hi.
What you doing there, you little curtain climber?
I'm Richard.
Oh, you are? You're R-cubed, aren't you?
Say, yep. For sure.
Yeah.
100%.
Anyway, there's a bully outside, and I was doing this. Oh,
Yep.
It
Almost
happens.
really Car pumpkin.
Boy,
Yep. Better stay inside where you're safe.
Yeah, good thinking, Lincoln.
I go to the car too.
But yeah, that's the most of my reach around. Yeah, just been battling through that, work's been crazy, and now watching football and the Red Sox. So yeah, pretty bueno. So it's getting fall here, it's 65 in the morning, 66, pretty damn nice. Gets up to the mid 80s during the day. So yeah, not bad.
You just keep your pool open year round, or do you shut that down for the winter?
I'll probably keep it open. Yeah, because it doesn't get too cold. And then I went out to fill it back up. So we'll see.
Where the hell are you in? Where are you at, Joel? Are you in Pendleton?
He's in P-Town.
Yeah, still in Pendleton.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you were headed when you were stopping at all these bars along the way.
He was looping back. Yeah.
Yeah, we just did a
I
big
thought you
circle.
were headed back east.
Yep. Went pretty far out that way and then went south and came back through. And
Mhm.
a very boring part of the country is that Idaho. Like, I don't know what part of the state you're in, but it's like the national Idaho labs or something. It's like a atomic testing area. Like they're doing weird stuff out there. I guarantee it.
I know my the lady that works in my office son is gonna go start working there. He's in Los Alamos right now. So
That'll be an upgrade.
well, he's from Rock Springs, Wyoming. So
Oh, so yeah, it's
it's
still
like going home almost.
still an upgrade. Yeah.
You didn't go drink any beer in Rock Springs.
No, he did not. I wouldn't recommend that either.
I
Yeah.
skipped that. I also skipped. Have you ever been through Blackfeet, Montana?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
That's a sad looking place. Jeez.
Just different.
Some of these
Yeah.
towns in that very remote area, like you're driving in the middle of nowhere, and then suddenly here's about 20 trailer homes that are pushed real close together. No like store or anything. Like, why are you guys all? There's no school. There's nothing. It's just
Somebody broke down. They just decided to stop.
jeez, a bunch of stray dogs everywhere. There was some sightseeing for sure.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh hell. Hey, well, let's kick it over to the entertainment spotlight so we can get that talked about because that was
Richard's on mute.
There's a really good Mexican food place in Blackfoot. I know it's hard to
Oh.
believe.
Oh, cool. Have I been there? Maybe. It sounds really familiar. Yeah. Whenever you say Blackfeet, I always think about the movie Mountain Man too. Nope, them's not Blackfoot. God damn it, they're Crow. Yeah, that's like the whole battle, the whole entire movie. Yeah. So, well, let's kick up for those of you who might remember, Joel did the Shane Gillis stand-up special on YouTube. He recommended we watch for our entertainment spotlight, and that was one of the times. Like as soon as basically the next day, I was watching that, and we were texting about it. We've been texting about it ever since. But Joel, what brought that to your purview, good sir?
Just the first comedy special in a long time. It feels like that was sort of like meant for an audience of people like me. There was nothing woke about it, nothing politically correct. It's just a regular dude. Just, I don't know. And I like his backstory about, he was supposed to be on SNL and then he got fired a few days later for through the cancel culture. And then he's just been killing it with like these funny skits that he does on YouTube, I guess. Did you see the OnlyFans dad skit? I think I sent that to you guys, where he plays the dad and he's riding on that dildo.
Freaking hilarious.
I like that one. That was hilarious.
I don't know.
Not what I expected.
There was so much
when you said
relatable.
OnlyFans dad, I was like, okay, this could be interesting, but it was not what I expected. Yeah.
There's so much relatable. I mean, it was like my Uncle Harvey in New York, towards his later years, he'd spend like every evening watching Fox News, and I'd seen it before. He watches it until he would just get fed up and he'd be like, "Oh, I gotta go to bed."
I can relate. Yeah, I don't watch it much anymore. No, can't take
And then
it.
my favorite part about that whole bit is then he's like, "It's way better than having like an MSNBC dad." He's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, Dad, I
that
didn't know
gay?
you were gay. I didn't know Dad is gay."
Yeah, I think the dad character is a great way for him to talk about other political things, and be able to sort of like bring them to light, poke a little fun, but also point that as a point of view that a lot of people I think have, so I think that's a really smart way. It might be true, it might be embellished, whatever. I think it's just a smart way to talk about that politics. Kind of disconnected, I think.
He's just trying to get one fact, and you ask him like, what'd you learn? He's like, "Oh, Nancy Pelosi's a bitch."
The bitch. Yeah. I think the one that cracked me like, we're talking about fracking and pussy. Like, I almost broke my chair laughing. I was laughing.
Fucking hate the environment
so
man.
hard. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It was really damn funny. Yeah, I was really impressed with it. I've watched it twice. I watched his thing on Rogan when he was talking about getting booted off an SNL. It's almost entertaining watching Richard talk to R3 with the mute button on. He's got the hands going.
He's having trouble over there.
Richard, are you all right? For those of you
Apparently,
listening,
while we've been on the podcast, 2 robot deers have combined and changed into giant lizards.
oh,
One is in the backyard and one is in the city.
obviously the city. Yeah. 2 robot birds.
What if he's right?
Dutch, the Doberman, is not doing his job.
Exactly.
So
Something's going on. You just
Like
don't know
Joel,
about it.
what if he's right? Yeah. There was an angry robot deer on The Simpsons, if I'm not mistaken. So it could happen. So keep a sharp eye, keep a weather eye, as they say. Yeah. But seeing we're not able to hear what was going on. We just seen your face reactions and then your hand gestures. And I almost wet myself. I was laughing so hard. Yeah. So I'm sorry for folks that don't get to see that. If you're just listening and driving down the road now, you might at some point go try to find YouTube or Facebook and check this out.
it's that kind of stuff that gets us kicked demonetized on Facebook. That's what it is. Here.
Oh, that was awesome.
Oh my gosh.
I haven't laughed that hard in a while, so I appreciate that. I really do. Yeah.
Anyways, I like the guy. I appreciate what Joel said about the comedy and sort of being relatable. But I think that what struck me odd about it is I don't like people that are from rural areas and then like go to urban areas and then are sort of self-loathing about where they came from.
Mm-hmm.
And that just sort of ruins the comedy for me. Because like, I know that he has pride, but in order to like stand in front of an urban crowd, I think that he feels it necessary to put down the people from his rural roots. And whoa,
that made me be a little bit too. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so I think that's where he lost me. That was the thing. I mean, I did like the only fans thing. That was a great bit.
Yeah, that was pretty damn funny.
But, I've hung out in OKC in Oklahoma City spent 6 weeks there. Had a blast. And
Is that where
ran around with girls from the CIA, and the oil and gas community there is pretty international, and drank some of the greatest beers in the world, smoked cigars, ate sushi, and downtown Oklahoma City, the national
nice.
Championship was there, and Harold Hamm was one of the richest men in the world. The guy that owns Continental Oil lives there. at the time, Aubrey McClendon that owned Chesapeake was there, and he had one of the most priceless map collections in the world. He was the first person to own a Tesla. So, there's reasons to be embarrassed about about living in a rural communities or not off the map sort of cities, but I think there's a lot of things that you could make fun of about the city, but people in cities just seem to think that they're more erudite than people in rural America, and I'm just getting tired of that trope.
What do you think about
perpetuated?
For a rural guy for a rural guy not to take pride in his roots and play into that is that sort of puts me off.
What did you think about? Did you ever watch any Ryan Hamilton? I've talked about him before.
Sorry,
Ryan Hamilton. Have you ever watched any of his stuff? I used to talk about him. He has a special on Netflix called Happy Face. He says he looks like he sells ice cream in the 1950s. Oh, he's from very rural Idaho.
So is Augie Smith.
He has
Montana, I think.
Is he? Yeah, he's got some good material about being from Idaho and living in New York City. I never get the sense that he's like putting Idaho down at all. He actually makes fun of New York more. He's like, the old saying, if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. He's like, I'm from Idaho, a town of 200 people. I don't think you can make it there.
Exactly. Yeah.
I was just thinking, well, if you can live in New York, you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. I was thinking you should just spend a week in Winnemucca.
Yeah, New York's the easiest place to make it.
Yeah,
there's a deli on every corner.
All right, you guys are gonna have to carry on. I'm gonna go see if I can get this kid plugged into cartoons or something.
Okay, we'll keep pressing forward. Yeah. Freaking Boston fans, dude. I thought I was gonna piss myself laughing.
I didn't get that sense from Shane Gillis.
A little bit, but not. It didn't strike me as it did Richard. It might have just been his mood that day too, because like Augie Smith, I mentioned, he was on. I heard him first on Bob and Tom. I used to listen to them every morning, and he was like talking to Tom, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm from. I think he's from Montana." And Tom's like, "Oh, cowboy, huh?" He's like, "Yeah, sure am. I'm dating the fucking school marm. Yeah, like I ride up on my horse. He's like, of course, I'm not a freaking cowboy. I'm just from Montana. It was absolute, but yeah, the whole dating the school marm. He went off on like a 5-minute rant, which Augie can really do awesomely. Like his whole smoking in the bars thing is the same kind of thing. So, there's always the preconceived notions. That's what the big thing about comedy is taking what you know or what you are and observing about it and poking fun at it. Like, difference between surviving in Winnemucca or Adele and Brooklyn, there's different challenges. If you're hungry after 7:00 in some parts of the country, like too freaking bad, like you're not going to get anything until tomorrow unless you have it at the house or can borrow it for somebody. Some places in New York don't open till 10:00 at night, so figure it out.
Yeah, there should be, there's not enough comics out there that are representing more rural places. Like most comedy clubs in New York, it's like all those people are from that area. And probably same in LA.
Probably, like open mic nights and where's the closest open mic night? Maybe does the casino have open mic? Like out in Pendleton? Like that's part of the thing is like, I guess now it's a little easier because I could probably just get on YouTube if I wanted to do open mic, and let her rip, Tater Chip,
Well, to be like a really good comedian, you have to go to one of the main places. Although there's more and more cities are becoming like hotspots. So there's New York and LA plus Austin since Joe Rogan moved there. Mm-hmm. They're getting a lot bigger. Nashville's pretty good. Nashville has Nate Bargatze. Mm-hmm.
But, like to start plying your craft somewhere, like, like, okay, everybody thinks like, oh, that guy's funny. Yeah, funny. You're funny, Mike. You should go do stand-up. Like, yeah, okay, I'm just going to freaking move to LA or New York then because I think I can go do it. And I've never even been on a stage. Like, if you live in New York, there's probably a lot more ample opportunity to go find an open mic that's worth being at. Or I get to go to comedy clubs with a much more frequency and just like see people who are just maybe starting out or just eat shit and be like, oh, okay, that's how you do. Maybe that's, so it's just, I think that's part of the disconnect is like, it's such a transverse to get from, Boise to somewhere where you can go cut your teeth a bit more, perhaps, I guess online might help that stuff, but I think you still have to be in person. So that's probably why you see some of that, but that's just an excuse. So
yeah, there's a
really want to
local
go
guy
do
in
it.
Boise.
Go do it.
There's a local guy in Boise at that comedy festival we went to that was hilarious. I'll have to get his name and bring it back next week. But
Would be good.
Yeah.
But yeah, great stand up. I like that was on YouTube as well. Probably some other stuff of his. So I think much appreciated. Yeah. So
Chappelle has a new special out on Netflix again.
Oh, he does?
Okay.
Yeah.
Let him out.
Oh, awesome. I haven't checked it out yet. I need to.
Me either. I think it just came out yesterday or today.
Oh, awesome. Yeah. I'll write that
Which
down.
comedy special is this?
New Dave Chappelle,
Chappelle.
apparently.
Chappelle's new one.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
You saw it? You menace.
Oh no, I saw that there was going to be one that would drop.
Oh, okay. You're still correct. You saw that there is a new one. You didn't necessarily see the new one. Yeah. So, gotcha. That's awesome.
You know what? I will say that I appreciate the guy that those two guys that Joel's talking about, the guy from Oklahoma and the guy from Idaho, more than Rodney Carrington.
Oh, yeah.
Because he just leans into it too much.
Namaste.
Yeah, Rodney's doing that the blue collar comedy stuff.
I was thinking a lot about it. Original Jeff Foxworthy, he hit a pretty good line.
Oh, big time, dude. Yeah. Big time. All those guys, different, because Larry the Cable Guy is an absolute, just a character, completely character,
Yeah.
That's the.
I gotta go play trivia here pretty quick.
Well, okay then. Let me read another thank you to our good friends at B&K. We'll get you word of the week and then we'll talk about the next entertainment spotlight. How's that sound? And then Richard and I can stare at each other for a few minutes. But again, I wanted to remind everybody too that our good friends at B&K are still out there. They're still sponsoring us. They're still helping us spread the good word. Remember, promo code Malarkey is still the most recent promo code. If whatever distancing rules are impacting your particular region, you can still just call out those good folks there at B&K. If they got something they want, you can go have them. They'll go pick it up. Or if you like to swing by and pull your own out in the yard, more than welcome to stop by and do that. So you get discount with promo code Malarkey. You're going to get cheaper prices if you're buying and higher prices if you're selling. Yeah, it's hard to beat that. So thanks again to our good friends at B&K. Make sure you swing by and tell them that we sent you. So Mr. Joel, do you have your word of the week?
Yeah, this just popped in my head. I mean, everybody knows what it is, but I think it's important to timely, and it's important to understand what the meaning of the word is. And that word is whistleblower.
Outstanding. You thinking about the individual at the Facebook? Several whistleblowers have come to the forefront as of late. So yeah.
I Googled it on Pornhub and that's just gross.
Well, there's many techniques. I wouldn't say. Anyways, yeah, depends on how you Google that. That's a good point, Richard. So that's what she said too, by the way. Yeah. So yeah.
We know what a whistleblower is, but here's the definition. It's a person who informs on a person or organization engaged in an illicit activity. And as far as I can tell, this one wasn't doing anything illicit. Right?
Illicit?
What do you want me to do?
I don't know. I'd say they are. Yeah, they were completely shadowing some things and restricting content tremendously. And definitely had to focus in one direction. I think it depends on what your definition of illicit is.
Her whole point as a whistleblower is to say that Facebook isn't censoring stuff and it's dangerous I think she just said it's dangerous. I'm like, in what regard is it dangerous?
She said they're not censoring stuff? I haven't been paying attention.
Yeah, her whistleblowing thing is that
they're not doing enough.
They're letting misinformation flow freely, and it's dangerous for democracy.
That's absolutely freaking hilarious.
This is just exactly what they want This is the same argument they've been making, but now they have a whistleblower.
I should
behind
have
it.
I should have known she was full of shit if I heard about her on the main media that she was a whistleblower. Yeah, that they're not suppressing enough information that they're that's beyond hilarious. Seriously.
Yeah. It's gonna be every day they come up with a new fucking
Just when you
bad
think
idea.
again, yeah, any crazier. I heard something about the attorney general talking about using the FBI to quell domestic terrorists at school board meetings. Yeah. So, you got that going for you. Feel free to come into the country illegally in every way, shape, or form, or blow shit up anywhere else or burn shit down, but don't go to your school board and tell them how you feel. That's going too far, you animals. Yeah. So
Sorry to cut everything short. You guys hang out.
kind of a
Keep
dick.
talking. Harley,
I was
can
curious,
go on
what
about
kind
that.
of trivia?
They just do general trivia. It's actually pretty good. It's not too hard,
Yeah.
not too easy.
Is
It's
it
pretty
called
good.
Geeks Who Drink?
Huh?
Is it called Geeks Who Drink?
No.
It should be.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
My favorite trivia. Bar
but just-
trivia.
Duds
Good
and
thing about
buds.
it here, just me and Brian by ourselves, or with Anthony, just the three of us, we can usually compete for the first place
Yeah,
over
we'll
these
send you
tables
Pollo.
of 6 people.
Yeah, you're a bunch of maniacs. Well, guys, go have fun, Mr. Joel. You can catch up on the upcoming entertainment spotlight. Good to see you back. Tell the boys I said howdy.
See you guys.
See ya.
Boy,
Bye, baby.
you get him a nice fancy microphone and he just uses it at halftime and then runs away. A little bastard.
Did you get
Yeah.
that for him?
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
I have one of those. I should have mine plugged in.
Yeah, it'd be nice. We'll get you, and then someday we'll even have Raleigh back on, and I haven't sent him one yet, but we should, just to make him feel guilty. So yeah.
Does Raleigh have a baby yet?
No, sir, not yet. But,
I thought it was October, or is it November?
I think it's November. Yeah, they got to be getting close though, because yeah, I didn't get the exact numbers last time, but they're doctor's appointments and everything's going good as far as I can tell. So yeah,
Deal.
all is well. Yeah. So somebody sent me this for Entertainment Spotlight. I thought I almost picked it a long time ago. I don't think we ever did it, so we're gonna do it anyways, even if we already did it already. So it's sort of like we've been talking about funny movies, but anyways, I think we're gonna do HUD from 1963 with Paul Newman.
Oh man.
It's on
Thank
Prime.
God my wife's home. She went with salad. Did you go back on for him?
Richard truly
Sorry.
loves his
Sorry.
wife, not
I'm
just
dialed
because.
in on HUD. Have you watched it yet?
Oh, I've seen it 10 times. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't even like to watch it. It's so real.
I know. And it's taken me, all my life to watch it mostly 10 times. I don't think I've only watched it once completely, all the way from start to finish. It's one of those things, like if it's on, I'll watch it for a while. But and that's why I've always been up and down and back and forth on it, because like it's just too freaking real, dude. Not to give it away for anybody. So watch it and let us know what you think. But it is,
He's such an ass.
yes.
And
Yes.
is it one of Larry McMurtry's first stories?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it ties in with some of the yeah. So
Ooh. Who suggested that? I want to knife him.
well, she probably wouldn't appreciate that, but yeah, she might. I don't know. She's one of our friends in the Oregon area. Yeah.
Well, I love the movie, but it's so tough to watch. I think that and The Shining are the two hardest movies for you to watch.
Oh, The Shining gets me. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I'm just getting this into from this just in. Don't forget the Ag Alumni Wall Tent at Homecoming this weekend in LeGrand. Apparently this is
Oh,
Homecoming
wow.
weekend. Yeah. And so if anybody's around
I
that part of
imagine
the
one of
world,
our esteemed former guests will be there.
several of them, I think. Yes.
Yeah.
So probably this one who recommended HUD and just texted me that. Probably Colby. Yeah, I think. And actually, I was either recommended or suckered into applying to be on the alumni board. So if that goes through, then I'll probably be there next year.
Oh, I'm giving you a high five. Across the world there. That's
Okay.
awesome. Congratulations.
What?
Well, to get recommended to be on the
Oh.
alumni board.
Yeah, I think it'd be a blast. So we'll see if if I make the cut or not. I think I was probably the only applicant, so that certainly helps. Yeah.
You might have some people that know you pulling for you too.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe not. Yeah. That's because they know me. Yeah. So, oh, Mr. Felder said hi. That's outstanding.
Holy cow.
Yeah. I'll have to listen to this one on the way to work tomorrow at a bar right now. Well, outstanding, Mr. Felder. Glad to see you're out there kicking. We'd be honored if you listen at any time. So yeah, so alumni week or homecoming weekend's coming up at good old EOU/OSU. They're in La Grande, so keep an eye out for that. A lot of our listening audience is from that realm, so thought I'd dump that in. But yes, Amy is the one who had dropped me the line on HUD, and it had been coming up, because we did like sometimes a good, what's that? Sometimes a
great notion.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm not 1,000% yet either. And that was right in that line too. And I was like, oh, I should do HUD next time. So anyways, we'll get HUD out of the way. And so I think if you haven't been exposed to it, it's worth a watch, because like we said, we're just like, damn, it's just too realistic almost, with the dad and all the shit that goes on, and the troubled son and animosity amongst them and all that fun stuff too. Yeah. So
what happened?
My screen went black for some reason. That makes me pee a little bit. Where'd it go? There we go. Okay, I'm back. I don't know what I touched, but my computer screen, my monitor went black on me for a moment, but it's back now, so all is well. But yeah, so
that is a great recommendation. So
yeah, I think if you haven't seen it yet, it's definitely worth the watch, and should stir up some good memories, if nothing else. So
sometimes I'm like, I should watch HUD, and I'm like, nope, I can't handle it.
I know. You're gonna have to get through it. It's one of those things. Like, yeah, I've probably watched it all the way once, maybe twice. I've watched scenes because I like some of the scenes. If it's on, like, oh, cool. Then other times I'm like, ooh, can't take this. So, anyways, we'll go.
One that really stands out for me, and it's not the reason I don't like to watch it, is when they have to. What do they get? Foot and mouth. They have to.
Anthrax, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the two. Yeah. Yeah. Dig the big hole, and yeah, that's certainly one of the low points. Pretty craptacular. Yeah. And just the relationship between him and his dad probably hurts me the most. I think that's part of it. But well, we're gonna spin this up and finish off with best thing of the week, and then wrap this episode up so we can get everybody back to their regularly broadcasted schedules. But Richard, what do you got for best thing of the week there, my good sir?
I'm gonna have to say last week working cattle, that was nice. Little break. So
awesome.
And then it's been it's fun watching a kid grow up. So I try and spend 2 or 3 days a week with Richard. He comes to work with me, and we hang out. And so he been getting a lot of compliments, his manners, so that's always makes parents day. Mm-hmm. So and just amazing how fast they grow up. And like,
dude, I'm living watching him on Instagram and the Facebook and here, and I'm blown away. Yeah. So.
Yeah. And then like we were on the Adel porch, and they have a bench there that has a flag on it. So our big thing was he go by a flag, and he said, look, it's Captain America flag. That anyway, so I said, no, it's just you can drop the captain, it's just the American flag. Got that. But he counted them. So he said there's the bench with the American flag, and then there's 2 other flags. And I was like, holy cow, that's pretty good. He's almost 4, so
wow.
Maybe there's some other 4-year-olds that can count better, but
I doubt it. Yeah. Let him prove it. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, just it's amazing how fast they grow up, and some of the words he comes up with. We have quite the struggle, because I'm sort of an anti-censor person, down to the point where like I don't mind that he says bad words. I try and correct him and say, try and pick some better words, but I don't make a big deal out of cursing. So it's quite shocking to some people. So
no, son, it's plural. It's sons of bitches.
Yeah,
sons of bitches. Yeah.
But I always think about it the reason that they get off, they're so bad is because they're off limits. And like, how are you going to teach a kid about like free speech and censorship if you start censoring them when they're 3-4 years old?
And they might be off limits, so to speak, but they obviously hear them from somewhere. So they're not always off limits. That's the other point too. Is like, well, when I can say them, but you can't. Like, that always puts that weird stigma on those words. And like, just know there's mixed audiences, and they're not always appropriate, or appreciated. I guess I would say, instead of appropriate. So
in some audiences, they're very effective.
Precisely, yeah.
And I think that we underestimate how big that audience is. So
yeah, I agree too. I think there's a lot to be said for being comfortable being you and saying what you feel. Not to go way off that road, but I mean that's part of why we get together and talk like this, because we can. And we'll continue to do that because we can. So
I just thought it would be hypocritical to censor a child's speech and then tell them about the beautifulness of our Bill of Rights and all that kind of stuff. But then I just see it as I don't know how you'd say it.
It's hypocritical, I think. Yeah, that's one way to put it.
Yeah. So anyways, it's been a tough stand to take. I get a lot of flack for it, but it's what it is.
Well, with I always put it, with freedom comes responsibility.
Yeah. Might as well start learning your responsibilities early.
Yeah.
I also let him sleep with an Uzi. Oh, no, wait. Oh.
Not trigger discipline, and it's okay. Yeah.
No. So.
You really should probably go for an AK. It's much more resilient and will hold up to a 4-year-old over an Uzi. Yeah, so just saying. Yeah. I'm dyslexic. I thought I hit my mute button and I went and coughed and I looked down and it wasn't muted yet. I'm so stupid. Yeah. Anyways, that's
well,
funny.
welcome to the world of COVID, which I cannot get diagnosed with. I cannot get diagnosed with COVID. I cannot get diagnosed with the antibodies, but pretty sure I had it. So
well, I haven't been tested yet, so I might just have had the Roundup crud, but I've never had anything that instantly shut off my smell and taste. Like I know it, like when it's like when you have like a cold, like you can't that, but that's gradual. Anyways, and maybe that's what it was. Shit, I don't know, but I'll go probably get tested or sometime and follow up.
The gentleman at the gas station, Lauren, who I visit pretty regularly for the last 2 years, every other day in the very minimum. I didn't see him for 6 weeks because I wasn't even driving.
Yeah.
And so I drove out to Adele 2 days ago, like for the first time without like people thinking you shouldn't be driving.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so I got to visit with him and he is telling me, because he sees nearly everybody in Lake County, and he's like, man, there's some people that got jacked up on this stuff. And he goes like, had a lot of the same symptoms I did and that kind of stuff, but not as long term. But so it's just amazing the information we get, and then the anecdotal information that's not vetted and spun. It's 2 different worlds. So
couldn't be further from each other. Yeah, absolutely.
And the other thing we don't talk about is the tremendous amount of people that get it and recover, and it's just insane.
Well, lots of things, it impacts everybody completely different, but still the very, very vast majority of people do recover, unless there's some really intense co-lying conditions, if you want to call it that. So I think that's everybody seems to forget. It's like, we've never tested like this for any kind of disease, like call it the flu ever before. And, you would just say, I probably got the flu. I'll take it easy for a few days. And the insanity that's ensued past that to where we are today now, where like people are actually losing their jobs if they have not bought in fully to everybody else's beliefs, and I think again, like, you got a chance of catching it. And you do have a chance of dying from it. It's slim. You have a chance of dying from a lot of shit. I think good health and immunity, probably the best, preventive measures you can have. And there's a lot of other stuff that we do to our bodies that are way worse than doing anything else, i.e. your diet most of the time, or our exercise and workout habits, etc. That's the thing. And I think having people hunker down and stay home and not go see anybody, not go outside, that's probably the absolute worst thing that ever got started. And I think, if you look at countries who have stopped all that, everybody's dandy. You look at places like this crazy place called Florida, like where there was no lockdown mandates. Like, yeah, there's been some times when people got sick, but like overall, everybody's pretty damn good and the numbers look awesome. So, I think the thing is, like, you can't run from it. You can't really hide from it. You can be prepared immunity wise, and exposure, I think, is probably the best things you have. So
I think that this is the symptoms of this are just so, like, when in history has there ever been a virus like this that has such a range of symptoms? And
well, it's
not
like
a conspiracy guy, but you got to stop and think about.
They took the greatest hits for sure and put them into one. Yeah.
And
when does something come out? When it mutates, is it 1,000 times worse than it was before? That shit doesn't happen in nature.
It's just insane. Anyways, basically my basic philosophies about health and like virus management are still the same as when this started. And regardless of everything that's happened to me, I'm still glad that this is the path I'm on, because I honestly think this thing's going to get worse. Mm-hmm. So I'd rather have a natural immune system that can cover the holisticness of the disease, of the virus, than have I'm not even going to say the word, but just have how would you say it? A workaround that only lasts for a very short time and is very incomplete. So even after everything that's gone on, and of people I know that have died from COVID, most of them vaccinated, I still think that the right path is the one that we evolved taking the entire time, and that the artificialness of everything that's going on is it's sort of jinky. So
I would concur. Yeah. And then so
what's your best thing?
This sounds cheesy, but kicking back on the podcast and seeing everybody, well, except for Walt, that's been great. It's just good. I hadn't seen Joel since Roundup. We've not all of us talked like we normally do. We've been busy and down, so that's been great. I haven't seen your smiling face since the last podcast, so we chat and text randomly, but I missed this. Connecting with some other friends that I'd been out of touch with for a while. It's been great. And then just rocking into the fall. Like, I like fall. It's a good time of year. I like it a lot. So it's the shorter days and the cooler nights and days. And so, but no, highlight definitely just get a chance to see you a-holes and say howdy. That's the truth. So, take it for what it is.
How many days were you at the Roundup?
I got in Wednesday and took off Sunday late afternoon and flew out Monday morning. So yeah, it was good. Wednesday afternoon I rolled in. I saw some friends in the Dalles on the way through, and then blasted over to P-Town, and then Thursday, Friday, Saturday at the rodeo, golf on Sunday, and then that was the Pot Roast Memorial Open Invitational Classic Pro-Am. And so yeah. Shitty weather. We should have just called it, but we went and played anyways.
Was it special like the 9/11 Pendleton Roundup, because it was like doing this COVID style? This is how it's going to go. Yeah, because there were some signs up here and there, but it was full on nut to butt, open, hands down, hand-to-hand combat everywhere. So good.
Yeah, that was the stands were some scarce, but like everywhere else, like the bars, Letterbuck, Max, everywhere downtown. Yeah, it was pretty much.
See, I'd heard reports that the downtown wasn't so active.
And maybe like like the downtown, like I didn't even make it fully to like semis. I didn't even make it to semis this time. Just because all the activities we were down at Max or at the Roundup rounds, or at the house, basically. So yeah,
You did make it to the bow, right?
I did not. No, I
Oh
did
my
not.
gosh.
I'm sorry. No, I didn't make any like true heart of downtown. I didn't even make it over. So
Holy cow.
yeah.
You're
Apologies.
doing the more mature adult roundup.
No, not at all. No, there was one night I was tits up by 7:30 one night, like completely like, yeah, no lunch. Yeah, it was been in 17 all day. Damn it, pot roast and LBR. And so yeah, it was, when Micah boils past lunch and dinner, like that's usually a bad day. It stopped early, and I got a good 12 hours of sleep. So that was good. Yeah, we call that menu folding kind of, Micah. So that's another story.
Here's a question. I saw that somebody gave Colby Marshall a mic on the road. What was going on there? Did you miss that?
On the road? What do you mean?
I saw a picture from the Pendleton Roundup pictures with Colby Marshall holding a mic, and I thought that's got to be dangerous.
Well, yeah. He announces the parade. They have these stations that you announce, and I've done it with him for several years, and then I moved away. But yeah, so he's the quote unquote man on the street. When they had the Westward O parade, or not, yeah, I think that's what it is.
As long as it was structured.
It was mostly structured. A quick story on that. So, you have all these parade entries, floats, or not floats, but like, wagons and groups of people. And you got, queens and courts from all over hell come, to the parade. So you get this big, huge binder, with everybody's in there all numerical and tells all about them and blah, 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 blah. So, we got down, we stole a table from the furniture store across the place. We got our Pendleton. It's 9 o'clock in the morning. We're doing our parade. So we're like reading who's coming up next. And then like, this entry number 17. And then, here comes entry number 79. Like, I mean, why wouldn't you? So you're trying to flip through the binder to get caught up, and then finally like, screw it. Like, Colby, just go out in the street and start talking to people. So we go live to our man on the street, Colby, and we just be making shit up about who people were. So, nice. But they have him back every year. So yeah. It's
we had a parade. How would you say it? Oh man, I hate that I can't find words. No, it's not conspiracy, but we had a debacle at the parade this year. For the first time in 101 years, they started the parade at 11 o'clock instead of 10 o'clock. Yep. And guess what? We started it at 10 o'clock.
Some mixed messages. Is that what you're saying?
It was quite the crisis. So
sweet Lord. Yeah.
There was a new person running the Chamber of Commerce, and they decided they took it upon their own accord to change the parade date. And it did not go down well. It was it might possibly be the most might have been the worst thing that happened to Lake County this year.
So it's usually they kicked it up an hour. Is that what you're saying?
Yep.
Oh goodness. You can be an hour late because everybody's already there waiting, but you really shouldn't be an hour early.
Controversy. It was quite the controversy.
I would say, yeah, they're going to be remembered. That's almost like booking 2 carnivals, but we won't go into that either. So
no.
Is that out loud? Damn it. I shouldn't have said that. Anyways, it's good. But anything else for the good of the order before we wrap this one up?
No, it's welcome to season 3.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Yep.
Who to thunk it, man? I'm just telling you. Yeah. Like, who to thunk it? Not I, says I. Yeah. But I'm glad it is. So it's
just we should, we really should build up the hype for season 3. There might be nudity.
Could be. It could be. Yeah. Am I wearing pants right now? We don't know. Tune in next week. Yeah. So what, we'll do we should do like an OnlyFans or a Patreon so you can see us when we're
Bar reaches OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Only one fan.
I was gonna say it'd be called OnlyFan probably. Oh, that's awesome. Well, we're going to stop our live stream on the Facebook. We're going to get this wrapped up in a minute. But yeah, so we'll be back and we'll get back to our regular schedule again. And we're already getting text messages. No. Well, it might be the reverse OnlyFans. Like either you subscribe and pay money, or we will have nudity. So yeah, but so yeah, next entertainment spotlight will be HUD. We'll be back with some more regular frequency. And as always, if you have suggestions for entertainment spotlight or topics or subjects or new or different sessions we should talk about, we'll certainly be open to hearing those. And as always, so thanks to our loyal listeners, and hopefully there's more coming on the way. But until then, keep your pants and your powder dry, and we'll see you all on the other side, and keep on reaching.